So recently, on June 15th, the last major patch for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach was released, and with it came a lot of bug fixes. And I have to give them props, they did actually end up fixing a lot of problems. Albeit some of them were strange ways of fixing problems, but they definitely were huge improvements from the mess that was before. But as I'm sure we all knew, that actually didn't mean anything. In fact, the game is still so easy to completely obliterate that the new patch can already be beaten in just 6 minutes. And here is how. Yay! I've officially beaten the game now. FNAF Security Breach has several different endings, and the quickest ending to complete is the Vanny ending. In it, the only goal is literally getting into Vanny's room in Phaser Blast and pressing this Freddy button, which ends the game, and the speedrun. But of course, normally you're supposed to go through a lot of the game, including going right past another ending just to get here, but that simply won't do. So instead, why not just find a way out of bounds and run directly to the ending? So that's basically what runs of this game were, just glorified out of bounds running simulators, until they reach the stairs up to Vanny's room. And let me explain why the old way of doing that just won't work anymore. In older versions of the game, there were several easy ways of getting out of bounds, but the main one used was rapidly jumping up on this Roxy Raceway poster, which allowed you to jump out of bounds. The reason why this was used was because it's very quick to get to from the beginning of the game, as you can go there right after escaping Freddy's room. The only problem though, is that this glitch has been patched, and thus no longer works. Another skip that has made this speedrun possible that has been fixed was used to get into Phaser Blast. In a casual playthrough, you would present a ticket to this bot waiting outside of the elevator, and he would simply just let you in. However, we got past this by hopping over these fences on the stairs and simply just running into the Phaser Blast area. However, in this latest patch, the invisible wall team went freaking ham. I could not find a way to penetrate this, and I tried for quite some time. So, more congrats to them. I guess they're gonna make us find another way in, which, spoiler alert, we did. Actually, this way of getting in I found on my own. However, before you go calling it the Merzi skip, I was definitely far from being the first to discover it. So the first and only run of this was done in a whopping 6 minutes and 22 seconds by the speedrunner known as Sorbert. I mean, it is quite a bit slower than the countless 3-minute runs in the older patches, but I still find it crazy that even after so many patches, the game can still be beaten so quickly. So we'll be taking a look at this run, and some of the tricks they use to surpass the wrath of the Stillwood developers. The run starts off the same as any run. Climb out of Freddy, stare at Vanny, get your watch, yada yada yada, you get the point. But instead of jumping on posters or trash cans, we instead just continue the game like normal and grab Freddy. But however, this is where things start taking a little turn. We continue walking down the stairs all the way to where Freddy drops us in front of a first aid station. But instead of running into it, we're instead going to turn right and run up the new stairway added just to make Vanessa's exit a little less awkward. Yeah, this is possible because of a change like that. Then jump up on these rails, then just easily jump on top of the wall. It's literally as easy as that to get out of bounds. However, this isn't really useful yet. We're way too low to really do anything. So we're going to backtrack all the way up the stairs, which seems counterintuitive until you remember that we're not inside of Freddy anymore. Once again, by hopping on top of the rail at the top, we can simply just jump out of bounds again. This time, a lot more useful. A couple more slightly precise jumps later, and now we're out of bounds in the same area as older versions of the game. One last trick just to unload this area again so we can run past it is to quickly run to the left and jump back. And now we can finally dash towards our destination, the outskirts of Phaser Blast, where that one trick to get out of bounds that I found on my own comes into play. Yes! I made it! Oh, yes! Let's go! Oh my gosh, yes! By aligning with the 5th set of bars on the glass fence and then slowly falling off the ledge, the game will unload again, allowing enough time to run and jump out of bounds outside of the normal play area. This part is a lot more precise, so it's a bit more difficult. You can get stuck back in bounds, or you can go too far and fall completely into the void. However, with some practice, you should be able to get it just fine. Then we'll just run around towards the first Phaser Blast door, which will take you to the Phaser Blast lobby. Yes, we made it in. Now we only need one more way of getting out of bounds. But first, we're going to grab the Phaser Blaster, then put it back, because this will give us the ability to call Freddy, because we need him to be able to clip through a gate and Vanny's door to get in. If you don't grab this, then there is no way to call Freddy. Trust me, I found that out the hard way. After that, we'll also go in and grab the security badge located here along with the bowling pass. This is to spawn all the security bots here, so we can use them to get out of bounds. Now, just to get back out of bounds, we're going to align ourselves right here in the elevator, slightly more in the elevator than out, so that when the staff bot catches us, it'll unload the map and we'll have enough time to run around the side of the elevator and jump down into the basement area in Phaser Blast. This area you normally reach when you select Vanny after you reach the end of the game. Call Freddy and just hop in him. It makes this part easier, especially since we'll end up needing him. Then by doing a trick where you call Freddy at the same time as hopping inside of him on both the gate and Vanny's door, you can get past both. Press the button, and time. And just like that, 5 Nights at Freddy's security breach can still be beaten in just 6 minutes. I know that it's a lot more complicated to do this than it used to be, and now it seems to be a lot more of back and forth, but even so, it's still so crazy to me that this is even still possible after all of the bug fixes and patches that still will apply. But in the end, it doesn't appear like they accomplished a whole ton yet, as the game is still a buggy mess. But that's not a bad thing. I'm sure it's what makes it fun for a lot of us, including me. So I'll be doing actual runs of this over on my Twitch stream to try and get top 2 on the leaderboard. If you're interested in some speedruns and some of the wacky challenge runs I do, then come hang out. Maybe give a follow. We're just trying to have a good time and you're always welcome. I'd really appreciate if you came by. But yeah, with that... Oh. Yay! I've officially beaten the game now. Oh, let's go. That's really complicated, but I think I could definitely do this if I practiced a little bit. Let's go, baby! I beat the game! Yeah! In record time!